Hey guys, it's your favorite Unc here. Go ahead and click that subscribe button below so you don't miss a single episode of Nightcap. That button right here. Come for the sports, stay for the stories. The Houston Texans beat the Kansas City Chiefs by the score of 20-10. Patrick Mahomes threw 3 interceptions as Kansas City playoffs hopes continue to fade. He was 14 of 33, under 50% completion, only 160 yards, no touchdowns, 3 interceptions, was sacked twice. He didn't get much help from his receiving core. Tyquan Thornton dropped a touchdown. Travis Kelce dropped 2 plays on that final drive, Ocho, and then one of them got picked.
Yeah.
Rasheed Rice dropped a huge 4th down. He got lit up. Petrie, I think that thing kind of jarred him a little bit. I don't think he was all the way back, Ocho, because Petrie dropped the boom on him. He did. He dropped the boom on him. He was totally relaxed. But the Texans did an unbelievable job. They got after the quarterback tonight, and they forced him to shut down. They had 20, but Mahomes was the leading rusher with 7 carries for 59 yards. But Ocho, watching this game, and you see the Houston Texans and what they were able to do. They go into Arrowhead, they get this victory, stay attached to the Jacksonville Jaguars, who lead that division.
Yes,
they needed this victory in order to try to gain some footing, get into the playoff hunt, and potentially chase down the Jags. But what did you like about what you saw from the Houston Texans?
Listen, the Texans got it done. What I didn't like, obviously, they didn't make enough adjustments for me, especially offensively. Once Trent McDuffie went out, you knew that Spagnuolo had to bring pressure. Now, with them bringing pressure, I got tired of seeing C.J. Stroud run for his life, and they make no adjustments offensively. Obviously, I would think if you know they're blitzing every time, stop running plays where the plays take long to develop. Just go quick game. If anything, do things, misdirection. Get them going one way and come back the opposite way with something else. But just seeing C.J. Stroud run for his life, but they were able to make some plays, even with that pressure, and the back end was exposed. Obviously, that's going to happen once you do blitz. And outside of that, the defense won that game. The defense for the Houston Texans won that game for them. I'm not sure what's wrong with the Kansas City Chiefs. They lost 4 of their last 5, or something like that. They just don't look the same. Obviously, they have a great run. They've had a great run, and probably, even though they have 15, who probably is arguably one of the greatest, if not maybe the second greatest quarterback of all time, this year just hasn't been it for them at all. Everyone is healthy now offensively. And they let Patrick Mahomes down. Rasheed Rice, Hollywood Brown, he made some plays. Kelce, he looks almost like a shell of himself. Damn near.
He didn't play well. It's cold, Ocho. When you get, when you're older, it's cold, Ocho, man.
Nah, that ain't no excuse. You know that you have to adapt to the elements. You got to adapt to the elements.
How you adapt to getting old? There's a reason why old people move to Florida and Arizona.
Hold on. We've been catching footballs all our life.
We ain't been 36 all our life. We ain't been 37 all our life. We ain't been 40 all our life.
Listen to me. Listen to me real quick. All you need is your eyes and your hands. That's all it come down to. You could be 60 years old. Your eyes and your hands. That don't never fail you, regardless of how old you get. But the Houston Texans, that goddamn defense, boy, they can get after the quarterback. They got the back end. The back end, man, them boys played very well. They played very well. So I'm glad to see the Texans win. They've won their last 5 games. So it seems like they're ascending right now, while the Kansas City Chiefs are descending.
They are. Like I said, Tyquan Thornton had a touchdown in his hands. He dropped that. Great play by great play to not give up by Lassiter, to continue to fight all the way through the catch.
Yes.
Rasheed Rice had a couple of drops. Travis had a couple of drops. We know that. The offensive line is beat to hell. The left tackle comes in and he gets out. Now you're going against you're going with an undrafted left tackle against Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. That's not a recipe for success, but I thought he played really, really well tonight. The offensive line is not, their best. I mean, think about it. Your starting left tackle is out. Your backup left tackle is out. Your starting all-pro right guard, he's out. Your starting right tackle, he's out. So think about it. You're down to your backups to your backups. And at some point in time, you keep saying next man up, next man up. Well, the next man up needs to be making the equivalent of the guy that he's replacing. Because if you say I got a guy that's making $15 million, and then you bring a guy in $400,000, there's a reason why one guy's making $15 million, Ocho. There's a reason why one guy's making $400,000. So we got to, this notion. Oh man, next man up, next man up. There's a reason why he was down to begin with.
Yeah.
I disagree with the call that Andy made. Because points are the premium. At this point in time, the score is 10-10. We're late in the ball game, Ocho. I'm going to punt the ball because at that point in time, the Texans hadn't done anything in the second half. I think they might have had 50 yards in the second half. For the longest time, they were negative yards. Kansas City's defense had honed in. Spags had done a great job of dialing it up, stopping the run on first down, getting after C.J. Stroud, getting him off his mark. In that situation, I disagree with Andy, and I don't like to disagree with Andy because I think he's one hell of a coach, and his resume speaks for itself. But in a game like this where points are at a premium, I don't want to do it. If they do nothing offensively, they're in field goal range.
Yeah.
I can't make that call, Ocho. I got to punt this ball away. I understand I got Patrick Mahomes, and I understand he wants to go for it. Every quarterback's going to want to go hell. He's going to want to go for it on 4th and 10, 4th and 12.
Right.
But sometimes you got to use your better part. You got to use your judgment. And like, you know what? Let's punt this ball. Let's force them to make a mistake. Let's not give them a gift. And I felt that's what they did, and that was really the difference in the ball game. But like I said, these guys, Mahomes was a little off. He had great that's a hard play to defend, and you and I talked about it. Where the running back, you see Marks, he caught a touchdown.
Yes.
He pretended like he was going to block. He slipped out. CJ flips it to him because that's the guy that has him man. Well, he's coming on a blitz. I ain't standing to block him. I'm just going to slip him and get to the flats. You see the guys, a lot of times those tight ends will be on the line. They helping. Everybody's sinking. Now they drift out. The only thing I would tell Noah Gray, keep it up the field. Why are you going to get a headache? Did you see that linebacker drifting that way? Now, Mahomes threw a terrible pass. I would prefer you leak up the field and give yourself some room so you don't run into that headache that's in that middle linebacker that's waiting on you. But look, to make a long story short, and I know I made a short story long, the Chiefs aren't very good this year.
No, absolutely not. Hey, and honestly, Mahomes, he was 14 for 33. He had 3 interceptions. He only threw for 160 tonight. Xavier Worthy had 3 for 55. If I'm not mistaken, he might have been their leading receiver. The fact that Patrick Mahomes was the leading rusher, that's not going to win you many games. That's not going to win you many games. You have to have some type of balance. They were one-dimensional tonight for the simple fact that they couldn't run the ball. They haven't been able to run the ball all season long, honestly.
And that's why I felt that they should have gave up the second-round pick or maybe even a first-round pick for Achan.
Yeah.
Because is there a back that's coming out in the draft that you believe that's better than Achan, that can run the ball between the tackles, can hit his head on the goalpost, can catch the ball out of the backfield? Because, Pacheco, Lord have mercy. He get a hold, he runs right up the lineman's back. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? You look, and Kareem, I'm glad to see him back, but he's basically a power back. He's a 3-yard in a cloud of dust guy. He's not a guy that you can consistently give the ball to and you hope him to break something big. That's not what he is right now. He's a 2 to 3 yard a carry guy. That's what he is, Ocho. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's a place for that guy that he can get you very, very tough yards. The first guy normally doesn't bring him down, but they need playmakers. They need guys that can help Patrick Mahomes out because at this juncture, he can't do any more than what he's doing. He can't.
Yeah,
guys got to make plays, and when your quarterback, and that's the thing, when your quarterback isn't playing well, you need guys that can step up and make plays, and he didn't get any help tonight.
Yeah, no, he didn't. And the playmaker that we're speaking of, honestly, Unc, I think as far as the receivers are concerned, I think they're set there. But Patrick Mahomes has to stop running the ball so much. They need a premium.
Yeah, they
back.
do.
They need
I felt that.
Back. Like when I think about Breece Hall, I think Breece Hall might have had a chance to go there before the deadline for trades. That would have been perfect for them. So a running back like a Jahmyr Gibbs, I'm not saying there's another Jahmyr Gibbs out there, but somebody like that, Achan, a running back like that can actually hit his head off the goalpost from anywhere, and every time he does get the ball, you have the chance that something could happen. You know, that takes some of the pressure off of Mahomes, not having to do so much with his arm all the time and always having to be Superman and make the plays that he's making.
Yeah, because the thing is, Ocho, sometimes, in the West Coast system, the short passing game is an extension of the run. They need the run.
Yes.
They don't need an extension of the run. They need to be able to run the football. And right now they can't.
Yeah.
Now the offensive line is beat to hell, and we understand that because, your right tackle is out, your left tackle went out, the guy that replaced him went out. So now you're down to your third guy at tackle, and who's an undrafted free agent. Now your right guard is out. Now you're down to your backup at right guard. So it's tough. It's tough. It's really tough. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question. What is I don't know why his name is slipping my mind right now. The running back that used to play for the Kansas City Chiefs. He tore his ACL, but before he tore his ACL, he was fast.
Jamal Charles?
Jamal Charles. That's what they need. They need another Jamal Charles or somebody like that. I mean, man, listen, Jamal get that ball. If he hit that edge and get to that second level, you might well, the fat lady might as well sing. They need something like that. There's nothing like that in the draft.
I don't think so either.
So whoever and whatever they do get, it has to be an offseason acquisition. I have a good one for you right now, I think they need to do whatever they need to do in the offseason. They need to go get Alvin Kamara.
Nah.
They need to go get
not at this juncture of his career. Too many catches, too many carries on that body. He's not that guy anymore, Ocho. He's serviceable, but he's not that, Ocho. No. Breece Hall.
He's much easier.
Go ahead.
He's much better than what they have right now.
But that ain't saying nothing, Ocho. You need a guy that you can really depend on. He's breaking down in Kansas. He's breaking down in New Orleans. Do you realize how many touches he has on his body?
Yeah, I know. You realize how many touches Derrick Henry has on his body?
Yes.
Look what he did last year.
He's not the same this year, and maybe that's because he's not getting the same opportunities as he got last year. Me personally, Ocho, I think they need a little bigger back.
No, they got Kareem Hunt. They don't.
Ocho,
need
stop it.
Back.
Ocho, come on now. We love Kareem. We appreciate him coming on.
Okay, wait a minute. You said a bigger back, but they're bigger back can only do so much.
A Breece Hall. They need that type of back. A guy that's big, can run with power and run with speed.
Okay. I see
everybody. Look, Jahmyr Gibbs, but they also have David Montgomery. You look at Green Bay. They got a two-back system. Josh Jacobs, and they got 23. I can't get his name off the top of my head. Look at the 49ers. Brian Robinson Jr., Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey.
So the backs need to. They've got to do some soul searching. They really do. And I thought Kansas City defense played really well tonight. They didn't. They weren't. I mean, there were some times that they got through and they couldn't get CJ on the ground, and he made some plays. But see, that's what happens when you bring pressure and you sacrifice your back end because once McDuffie went out, they're okay back there, but they're not great.
No,
they make their hay when they can bring when that pressure can get there. If the pressure don't get there, guys gonna be running open.
Yeah. You know what the bad thing about it is for Spags having to make the adjustments with Trent McDuffie going out. When you do bring that pressure, McDuffie can lock down one side. He doesn't need any help. So you can bring all that pressure from the opposite side of the field, knowing that Trent McDuffie gonna take care of his side. But once he goes out, hey, your backing is basically exposed, which is why C.J. Stroud was able to make some of those plays despite him having to run for his life most of the goddamn time.
You're right. You're right. But look. It's one of those years. This is what the Texans defense did in the second half. They picked Mahomes off twice. I mean, he went 9 straight passes. The passes were either incomplete or they were intercepted. 28.6 completion percent rate, and they had almost a 42% win rate. And when you look at it, the Houston Texans are now 8-5. They're in the 8th seed behind the Chargers, but. They're game back. They're game back at Jacksonville, and they got 3 of their last 4 games are at home. They really do control their own destiny.